Sean, I really appreciate you coming here
Get yourself a
tonight,
picture of your dad.
sharing your expertise, your motivation, your experiences. Ian, my good buddy, thank you for discovering John, and I really appreciate everything you've done. So, one more round of applause. Okay. Now, did everybody? I hope you registered. You're running the race tomorrow, right? Everybody here. You're not here for the meal, are you? I mean, yeah, the speaker or the great meal from Noodles and Company. My friends at Noodles and Company, thank you very much for being here. Thank you. That's a really good too, by the way. They're on the mall. As many of you know, years ago I went to the National Bank and asked them if they would consider taking a leading role in an up-and-coming event like the Quad Cities Marathon. We were a young marathon. We were just getting started 3 years into it. And my good friend, John Zalger, the CEO and president of the National Bank, representing sponsor, believed in the event, believed in the vision, and stepped up and spent here with us since day one, from that point on. And I can't thank him enough. And at this time, I'd like to introduce to you our presenting sponsor and marathoner and ultra-marathoner since then, and triathlete since then, a gentleman that didn't run marathons until he became the presenting sponsor, my friend, John Duncan.
As this marathon has grown, we actually have branches in, I believe, 9 of the 4 Quad Cities. If there are 9 cities of the 4, I never figured that out. But in any case, it's been a great ride. The race isn't possible without the great help of a number of other great sponsors and volunteers. I want to thank all of them. Without them, this doesn't happen. A great meal from Noodles tonight. Thank you. One of the other great volunteers that we were very lucky to have this year was Daryl Bush. Joe and Daryl and I, Joe, the great people, come from East Moline. All 3 of us just happen to come from East Moline. But Daryl is a very renowned wildlife artist, and beautiful works. We were lucky to have him commissioned by Joe. Joe can be very persuasive to create an original work of art, which if you have a chance, I think the posters are out there. It's a beautiful rendition of the course as you're coming down the river with the sunrise and the I-74 bridge in the background. We're thrilled to have Daryl here, and I'd like to give Daryl a chance to say a word or two.
Thanks very much. Way to make a thing. I feel fat in this crowd. Now you know why I hang out with advocates. See this crowd. Joe approached me a couple years ago, actually, and wanted me to do this project, and I just thought, oh, wildlife artist, I don't know how I fit it. And then I attended the race last year. I had a brother run and niece run the race, and it was quite an event. I didn't know this was such a big deal. So, anyway, it's been fun. It's been a really neat experience, and you know, being a wildlife artist, I just thought, I'll do what the Spaniards do. I'll do a running of the bulls team, and I'll have a bunch of bulls charging you guys and pushing you down the hills. But wasn't sure if that was going to be. Anyway, this is my version of what you guys all ride and live for. And hope you enjoy it. It's been a lot of fun. And thank you, Joe, for doing it. Thank you.
For those that may not be aware, there were 50 original Kansas replicas made of this work of art. Daryl didn't have the nerve to give you the bad news that the #1 print that you asked for was sold today. So we apologize, Joe, but that happened. Now, the good news that I can tell you is that Daryl volunteered his time and effort with this painting so that we could raise funds. This marathon not only provides you a great venue to run, it also raises money that goes to great worthwhile charities here at the Quad Cities. cities. One of the main ones being the S2 prostate awareness and men's health. And so Joe had asked me if I could do a little bit of legwork, and as a result, we've been able to raise over $3,000 for charity for this, and I'm quite convinced before we're done we'll raise even more than that. Now, who should have this meeting was a dilemma. So we went to the committee members, the volunteers, and everyone had one uniform consensus that this painting can only really hang on one wall, and that's the wall of Joe Marino. In a very brief period of time, we've raised over $3,000 so that we can buy this painting. And all of your committee members, the volunteers here, your friends, have donated already in excess of $3,000. Many of you have an email, and you will be donating more. I hate to have to announce your name in a future marathon as not giving. But we'll actually, those that would like to contribute additionally, will be taking some funds at the door as you go out, and you're welcome to donate more. But Joe, this is your painting, and you don't get the #1 print. We'll figure out where that goes. You get the original. So, Joe, for all of you that know Joe, this is the heart and soul of this marathon. He's the guy that had the great vision to get it going. He's the guy that puts his time, his effort, his love into it each and every year, and he makes it happen. He makes it great. He brings joy to those around him, and we love him. And Joe, keep up the great work and enjoy this. And thank you all for the great time.
You know me, I'm not the speechless type of guy. I used to be a politician. I was full of hot air. But you guys can't do this.
It's done.
I don't know an original in my house. I mean, I've got a Farrell Bush, but not an original, an actual painting, you guys. It's worth more than my house. Yeah. Well, I can't thank you guys enough for swinging this. And, well, you know what? I didn't make it happen. We've got a wonderful committee. My friends, my family. Shoot, my mother-in-law right there, right here. Yeah, I got her doing pins every night for 3 months at a time. But I'm just speechless. I'm overwhelmed by this, and I don't know what to say. And I just appreciate everything you guys have done. I appreciate everything that my sponsors, and my committee, and all you folks. I mean, without you guys, it would just be another idea that goes by the wayside. But according to like the numbers I gave you earlier, we're over 500 runners from last year. So it's amazing. And to raise money for a great cause like we do, that's amazing. To have friends like this, that's amazing. So thank you all. You're all my friends. Have a good day tomorrow. Thank you. I want to thank Mary Ann Zach. Where's Mary Ann Zach? This lady here. There's Mary Ann right there. She put this pasta party together. Thank you. Have a great race tomorrow. Okay.